Today we're learning Menuet and Rondeau by Jean-Philippe Rameau. This song can be found in the RCM Grade 2 book, which can be purchased by following the link in the description below. So in today's lesson, I'm going to play each line for you full speed and then half speed, and then we'll go through the details to help you learn the piece really, really effectively. This piece has 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the first 2 lines repeat again to complete the full performance. So let's start with line number 1. Here it is at full speed. Now I'll play it one more time for you at half tempo. So there's a couple of key elements that I want you to notice right away in learning the song. First of all, if we take a look here at the beginning, we have no sharps and flats in our key signature, so we're in C major, and we're in 3/4 time. If you look at the right hand, we have all 8th notes, so the counting in this piece is not particularly challenging, so we're not going to focus on that at all. I also want you to notice that your right hand for the whole first line, 3 bars of the first line, was all in one hand position. So you started with your pinky on G, and your thumb is on C, and all of the notes are played right here. So let's play through the right hand one more time in this first line, and then we're going to notice one small fingering change at the end of the line. So here are just the right hand notes. Bar 3, and now I'm going to go finger 5 on the D. All of the notes are smoothly connected, and we notice that from looking at these slurs that are written in the right hand. So the right hand is all smoothly connected. All of the notes are in one position except for in the last bar we switch to the finger 5. Now if you're paying really close attention when I was playing this piece in half tempo, you may have noticed that my left hand notes were all played short on the quarter notes, like this. Now that is not written on the score, but this piece is in a Baroque style, and in a Baroque style of piece, that is how we play the left-hand notes, to be true to that particular style. So I'm just going to jot in a few little dots here on the left-hand quarter notes to remind you to play those ones nice and short. When we get to the half note, those ones are a little bit longer, half note, and then the quarter notes are short. So the left hand ends up sounding like this. Then we hold this one, and here, like that. So when you put this together, it creates a little bit of a challenge because this hand is all connected and this hand is detached. So one suggestion that I have when you first put your both hands together is to do this. Just play the first note, so hold this one down and play this one short, like that. Do that a few times, and if you feel like you've got the sense for that, then you can try it together. Very slowly. Now we're going to hold this one. Short here, hold this one, and short. And that's the first line. Here's line 1, again, at full speed, so you can get the full sense of how that sounds. And there we go. So now we're going to move on to line 2. Let's hear it full speed first, and then at half speed, and then take a look at the details. So if you're paying close attention, you may notice that the first 2 bars of this line have exactly the same right-hand notes as the first 2 bars of the first line. So right here and right here is identical to here and here, which makes it quick and easy to learn. Let's take a look at the last two bars. This one is almost identical to this one here, except for this note. So that's also easy to learn. And then we've got the squiggle. I'm going to put that in green right here. So this is a little bit of an ornament, okay? And ornaments are common in Baroque music. So to play the ornament, sometimes we take a look at the bottom of the page and it shows us how to play this ornament. So if you look at the notes at the bottom, it shows a D, C, D, C, and it happens very, very quickly, like that. That will take some practice. Practice the ornament just by itself till you get comfortable with that. So here's how just the right hand sounds for that second line. And here's the ornament, like that. Now the left hand is not at all the same as the first line. Instead, we've got some half notes and then some quarter notes. So we're starting on the E, short on the quarter note, and then here, jumping to a new position. Notice I'm outlining the C chord right here, which makes sense because we're in C major, and eventually this bar is going to be the end of the song. So here's how that line sounds one more time at full speed. Now, in putting that hands together, you're going to notice that I put the ornament on the beat with the left hand. It doesn't go like that. Instead, put the D right with the left hand C, and then play the lower notes. All right, so now we're moving on to line 3. Let me play that one for you, first full speed and then at half tempo. And here's the half speed. Does that sound at all familiar to you? Although the notes are different, the tune is actually the same as line number 1, which was like this. And now we're doing the same thing, but we're starting on D. So it sounds very, very familiar. Now, you'll notice in the left hand that I now have an F sharp. This may be a little bit advanced for you, but we've actually moved this whole line into the key of G major, which is why we have the F sharp. So if you'll notice, if I just put my hand on the opening notes here, I'm now in a G position, G, A, B, C, D, and my left hand is starting with a G octave. So this line number 3 is identical to line number 1, but in the key of G major. So your right hand will have the exact same pattern, still the smooth legato, and still the same finger 5 here on the A. All right, so that fingering, very important to keep that nice and connected. And the left hand, similar pattern, but now with this F sharp. Still playing the quarter notes detached, like this. So now, let's move on to line 4. I'll play that one for you full speed, and then at the half speed. Like that. Here it is at half tempo. So question for you, was that one the same as line 2? If we're following the same pattern as we've done? And the answer is yes. All of the details are the same. If we go back to line 2, we had this pattern, and again, line 4, same notes again. So that makes it quick and easy to learn it. We have the same ornament happening again at the end of the line, but now, instead of playing it, on the first one we played it D, C, D, C for the C, here we're going to go A, G, A, G. And that will be the correct ornament for the end of this line. In the left hand, we have almost identical patterns to what we had in line number 2, except for the ending, where we've added these 4 eighth notes right here. Da, 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 da. Now, that doesn't sound like the end, does it? We have a marking here, DCL fine, which means that we're going to go back to the beginning to start the piece over again. And the ending of the song is actually the end of the second line. So then we go back, repeat the first 2 lines, and end the piece at the end of the second line. So now I'm going to play line number 4 and go back to the beginning and play the first 2 lines again so you can hear how the piece finishes. And there we finished at the end of line 2. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll check out my full performance video of this song, as well as other videos I've done with polishing tips.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Merriam's Online Academy. Check back here for more videos and don't forget to subscribe below.